Hey everybody, this is Marcos the broker. I'm the broker of Moss Houses. You can see right there on my shirt. I just wanted to make a quick video. There's been rumors out there, rumblings that the market is starting to dampen, starting to slow. And I'm sure you've heard it from your coworkers or heard it from people around the block, around the way, maybe other realtors you know. Maybe they aren't saying it, who knows? However, I just wanted to go over some perspective here. I got some stats from um, some good sources here. Cesar Munoz from People's Mortgage. And so the housing market, is it cooling or is it not cooling? Well, here's some stats for you. Asking prices are actually up 12% year over year. But it's actually dipped about 1% from the all-time high in June. And so that's already a couple months ago. June was a crazy month. I have some fond and not so fond memories of June. But that's a sign. I mean, it is still up 12%. However, it's kind of, 4.7% of listings had price drops in July, and I have personally experienced that. It's my opinion that the days are gone where you can just throw a list price out there and just assume you're going to get $20,000 over that. You got to start doing your homework again and making sure you're pricing it correctly. I have seen some listings that are starting to sit a little more days on market. So, that kind of shows that 4.7% of listings have price drops. 4.7% is not that big of a number. But it's still an indicator that there are some price drops. Back in June and before that, it definitely wasn't even at 4.7%. It was probably like at 0%. The market was crazy. Pending home sales is up 3% year over year. That's the smallest gain since June of 2020. Average days on the market right now is hovering around 16 days. So that means that homes are not flying off in the first couple of days like they have in the past. If you're not pricing it correctly, it can sit these days. There is this thing called buyer fatigue, which I've experienced as well. Buyers just got tired, man. They were just like, holy crap, this is tough, putting in offers and competing with all these crazy offers, waiving appraisals, going 20, 30 over this price, bringing in all this crazy money. It fatigued a lot of folks. And so we're starting to see some of that. Days on market's hovering around 16 days right now. Bidding wars, they're subsiding. They do remain prevalent though. 65% of offers experienced competition in June, down from 72.1% in May and 74.1% in April. Again, buyer fatigue. Some people just got tired of competing, especially if they couldn't, you couldn't bring extra cash to the table. You were a first-time home buyer, counting on down payment assistance and hopefully hoping that the seller would give you some closing costs. You just weren't getting a whole lot of that from sellers. But 65% of offers experienced it in June. That's down. It was 74.1% in April. I imagine when numbers come out again, we're going to see that they've gone down even a little bit more. In my personal experience, they are going down. However, there is an agent in the office who definitely had 35 offers that she dealt with in a home in Tucson. So we're still running into it, but it's coming down in my book. Mortgage purchase applications declined on an annual basis for 3 straight months. And that's despite the fact that we still have some record low interest rates going on. Again, I think that has to do with buyer fatigue. People they're just tired. They're just really tired. So people are not even bothering to apply for mortgages. It's down for the 3rd straight month, for 3 straight months. Existing home sales inched up in June 1.4%. New home sales dropped 6.6%. And we're actually noticing that as I'm the broker of Moss Houses. We do work with new home builders. We have close relationships with some of them. For a while there, they weren't wanting to do a whole lot to help buyers or to help us realtors, get our buyers into these new subdivisions that were coming out. They were just like, whatever, when you walk in the door, you walk in the door, who cares? that's starting to change. We're starting to get salespeople calling us now again, and salespeople throwing us, this, that, and the other. As far as like, we have these quick move-in ready homes. We have this new subdivision here. We have so anyhow, we are noticing that the new home builders they're seeing a tiny bit of reduced sales, and so they're starting to already make some changes. So what's next? Despite the impending cool down, buyer demand isn't going nowhere. That's according to the information I have here. There is buyer fatigue out there. You just have to pick the right time for you. But there's things starting to happen. Millions of millennials continue to enter their prime home buying years. 33 is the peak home buying age for millennials. More buyers have cash reserves. 70% of consumers say the pandemic lockdowns helped them save money. That does help you buy a house, because if you're not coming to the table and asking the salesperson to pay your closing costs and pay XYZ, pay your home warranty, that offer looks stronger to them. So they do prefer those over the ones that are, asking for, every dollar they can get from the seller. Those buyers right now are they're having a very low percentage of success getting something under contract. Mortgage rates are low. 30-year fixed rate remains below 3%. That's on a case-by-case basis. It depends on your credit score, debt-to-income ratio, all kinds of different things. You'd have to talk to the loan officer, which we have a really good one that you could speak with. The labor market is improving. The economy has added 943,000 jobs in July. That's the biggest increase since August 2020. So the economy, it's improving in a lot of areas. I still hear of some businesses that are struggling to find workers. I have some friends that own small businesses, restaurants, things of that nature, and they're having a hard time still finding workers. But the jobs they're coming back. They're there. The opportunities are there for people to work. So that pretty much wraps up this video. Literally was just for me to talk about, whether the market is, if it's flowing or not. In some cases it is, in some cases it's not. Definitely starting to see a little bit of a plateau. Depends on who you talk to, though. It really does. You can talk to certain realtors and they're going to be like, whatever, whatever buyers they're working with are experiencing multiple offers left and right, and other buyers that are in a different price range or whatever are not. So anyhow, I hope you found some value in this video. Feel free to message us here at Moss Houses and ask us any questions you may have. We're always happy to help. All right, see you next time. Bye.